This is a profit and loss dashboard that any company on QuickBooks can use. And the best part is that it's in Google Sheets, so it's fully customizable and flexible and easy to share with your team members or with clients. Now, this template is great if you're a CFO or work in FP&A and you have to update this report each month for your management team. It's also great if you're a fractional CFO looking to scale your practice to more clients and need automation tools to save you time. And then third, this is a good template if you're an accountant who's looking to offer advisory services and looking for a good place to start. So in this video, I'm going to do two things. I'm first going to walk you through this dashboard so you know exactly how it works. And then second, I'm going to show you exactly how you can update it with your company's financials. So if you do just want to grab the template, you can come to the website and you will find it in the template section and you can just grab the link for free there. So in terms of this dashboard, it's really broken into 2 to 3 parts. The first is the notes to management, and these are really just bullet points hitting the high level metrics, capturing the total outcomes numbers as well as year over year growth rates. And when I used to do this, I would do it manually, and it was rather tedious and it was error prone. Especially when you're working in Google Sheets, it's not the best text editor. So what I've actually done here is enter these as formulas, and they're going to be pulling from our source data to the right, which I'll get to in a second. But essentially, these metrics are fully automated and update as the data updates. So the setup here, really we have KPIs. In this case, I've just hit the high level income statement metrics, and I've used an index match in order to do that. So it looks for the period, in this case prior TTM, and the metric total income, finds the intersection and spits that out. From there, I added year over year changes, both in percentage terms as well as dollar terms. And then beneath that, I added a gross margin percentage calculation and a net income margin percentage calculation. Beneath that, this part, it looks a little daunting, but it's quite simple. It's really the way that we choose the format of the metric. If you have a smaller business, you might want to be showing these numbers in thousands. Or if you have a larger business, you might want to show it in millions, but perhaps with a decimal point. So when you go to edit the revenue in this case, we can see that it's pulling total income for the TTM period, and it's formatting it as P23, and that's the intersection of millions and one decimal place. So if you wanted thousands and 0 decimal places, you would simply change P23 to O22. So that's how the note section works. The next part are the charts and graphs, which are my favorite part. And these are all built natively with the Google Sheets charts. So if you want to come in and change them for your brand color or your client's brand, you can do that fairly easily here. And above that is a scorecard chart, which I like. It shows the year over year changes and automatically calculates those for you. And you can make the color positive or negative, whether an increase is a good or a bad trend. And then the last part is the discussion points, which I've left blank here. I do think it's nice to have some human commentary on this to show that some thought went into it. The other thing is that the first person seeing this, whether it's the CEO or the business owner, they're probably going to wonder, why did my expenses jump so much this month? And so discussion points are really the best place to answer those questions before you even get them. So now we'll move into how you can update this template for your company or your business. So we've got a P&L tab, so it's really just one source tab here. And this is a QuickBooks output here. I've chosen to show the columns monthly again to get the graphs, to have that detail and to be able to calculate the year-over-year changes. So there are two ways that you can get your data into this. The first is the manual way. And to do that, you just open QuickBooks, go to your reports, in this case, the P&L report, and we need to change the date period to be custom so that we can have those year-over-year changes. So I'll just come here. And then make sure I have display columns by months selected, and then run that report. And as you can see, it kind of resembles this sheet we have. So from there, you would just need to export it to Excel. And then that's going to open a download in an Excel file that you would just need to paste into this sheet. So that's the manual way. The automated way is using Retriever, which is the app that I've built and developed. And you can open it by, if you don't already have it, you can get it here from the Google Workspace Marketplace. I'm going to go ahead and just open it since I've already got it installed. And so this is where we could create the P&L report, and we can have as many companies as we'd like, and select our trailing period date range. For this template, since we're using a template, it's actually much easier. We can go to Manage and simply edit the company. So we don't have to do any of the date range configuration or the columns. We'll just come here. And in this case, I'm going to choose Avalon Solutions, another QuickBooks company I've connected. And I'm going to click Edit and Refresh. And we'll go to the dashboard, and we should see this update with, there it is, with the Avalon financials. So again, all the descriptions and the charts have updated. And we can see our P&L here has also updated for Avalon Solutions. The last thing I'd just like to hit is that with Retriever, you can have this pull in that data every hour by flicking this switch. And it's going to change this Google Sheet every hour, no matter whether you have the Google Sheet open or not. That's going to be fully automated. And the last little bonus tip is when you are working on those discussion points and you have a question, why did expenses increase so much? Retriever actually has a nice feature to help you be able to do that. So if you're, let's say, why did design income spike from April to May? What you can do is drill down into that figure here without leaving Google Sheets and going back into QuickBooks. And what it's done is just pull in every transaction for the period of May and for the account design income, totaling to $144,000. And so now I can start to pick out, hey, what were some of the larger transactions we had for this month in this account that might have created that spike. So with that, thank you for watching. If you need any help at all setting this up or running into any roadblocks, feel free to reach out. I'll include my contact information in the description below. Thanks for watching.